It's just a matter of time, my friends, time. Sooner or later, many people who got involved in the Banco Master issue will fall. There's no way around it. As much as we know that Brazil is the country of corruption, Brazil is the country of impunity, Brazil is the country where nothing happens. But things are very serious now. The children's show host with her lover, just look at what was revealed. With her filthy rich lover paying for her mother's party, the lover, a famous figure, paying for the party of this children's show host's mother. All of this going on, Minister Alexandre de Moraes' situation is getting a bit more complicated, much more. Look at this. Here, I'll just give a spoiler alert. Meetings between Moraes and Galípolo about the Magnística have no record. Was it about the Magnística that they talked? I'm going to tell all these cases here. The Union stooge from Rio Grande do Sul was booed after trying to impress Lula at the event, expecting a warm welcome. The video is spectacular. Smash that like button. Share it a lot. On Facebook, WhatsApp, Tegra, leave your comment here, even if it's just an emoji. Support for President Bolsonaro, to all those patriots making a difference there with Nicholas, and come be part of our family. I'll bring this right away, okay? Look, meetings, more meetings. Galipolinho, right? He's the boyfriend of the little girl from cable news network. He and Alexandre de Moraes met several times. And in just one day, they spoke on the phone 6 times. Could it be about Magnish that they're talking so much about? Could it be after they took Magnish away from Alexandre de Moraes? Lula keeps very quiet, after all. He was the one who negotiated with Trump. Let's see here. The central bank reported that it does not keep records of the content of meetings between Moraes and Gabriel Galípolo regarding the application of the Magnística law. In other words, there is no record. So, we realize or get the idea that this wasn't what they talked about, right? The website says the information is available due to an Access to Information Law, Lei de Acesso à Informação request. The central bank claimed that the details of the meeting between the Supreme Court minister and Chiquitita's boyfriend cannot be disclosed. Because it involves, risk of safeguard, security of society, and the state. What does security of society have to do with it? We're dying every day. People are dying as victims of all kinds of barbarity, robbing and killing everyone, sometimes over 10 rays. These guys are concerned about society. Man, it was Prince Luis Felipe of Orleans and Bragança who requested the central bank here. Besides that, the agency states that it does not keep records of the discussions that took place in those meetings. Late last year, Malu Gaspar reported Moraes asked Galípolo to intervene for Banco Master, owned by Daniel Vorcaro. The conversations are said to have taken place at the end of July. At the time, Moraes' wife, Viviane Barsi, had a contract that paid 3,600 reais per month, lasting 36 months, totaling 130 million reais. It's clear they won't discuss the conversation's content, folks. A 130 million contract meetings with the president of the central bank, the issue with Vorcaro, who was the president of Banco Master. Draw your own conclusions. I'm not saying anything, but do it, minister's wife. 130 million a bank going bankrupt that couldn't be allowed to fail because the wife wouldn't get those 130 priority number 1. And it's right here. You see, it's Vorcaro. He himself narrates, he himself tells it, he himself says it. Priority number 1 was the payment to the wife of Minister Paulo Figueiredo. He made that clear. Today, Daniel Vorcaro realized that the law in Brazil doesn't matter, and that he could do whatever he wanted, as long as he paid enough bribes to the right people. He brings his plan here. It not only kept working because it entered into competition, into conflict with Andre Estevez, the owner of BTG Pactual. Let's take a quick look.
As long as you wanted to, as long as you paid enough bribes to the right people and stayed friends with the king, it worked. Well, he became spectacularly rich through a clearly fraudulent bank, and his plan would have worked out really well, right? That's why, and I think we ended up not including it here. There was a report saying that Daniel Vorcaro's #1 priority was what? To ensure liquidity for his bank's account holders, to make sure the bank had clean assets, to guarantee credibility. Daniel Vorcaro's #1 priority. According to the newspapers, it's a shame I forgot to include that report here. The #1 priority was to pay Vivian Barça de Moraes. Thank you. And his plan would have worked out very well. Thank you.
That's exactly what several media outlets reported these days. Now some explosive information has come out. Through Juliana is outstanding, man. She's awesome. What an influencer, communicator. I really like her. Look at what Ju says here.
Look, and isn't there a famous actress from Rio who, according to what I was told, was the lover of a certain banker, wanted or not found by the police? This woman from Rio who has already worked with children, you know? Yes, she worked there in the theater. Phoenix was dating the banker while he was married.
And then a children's show host, actually ex-host, right? Who used to work with children. Can you guess who you think it is?
And believe it, the banker shelled out a ton of money to throw a 70th birthday party for his mistress's mother. However, according to what the guests told me, they couldn't bring phones since he was married. And even the people who organized the event, who told me it looked more like the Piscinão do Ramos at the Fasano, couldn't take photos. In other words, I really feel sorry for this banker's wife who married him and was made a fool of, right? Apparently, but this one didn't become his girlfriend. It seems there was another lover, and then he actually left his wife and made her his official girlfriend. You know what I keep asking these girls? This actress has no shame. Not about using money from a lover, from a married man to throw her 70-year-old mother's party at Fasano. Because I say my parents would never stoop to that, but I think it's, like I say, the power of DNA, right? Because a mother who goes along with that too. Oh yes, because it got to my mother. No, it got to the point where those people who were there would ask, is he paying for everything? Is he paying for everything? And everyone would say yes. You can eat and drink as much as you like, no problem. It's funny, isn't it? Something else.
There are people who have no shame, right? They don't care, they don't mind, they just don't care. Wow, there are so many people like that nowadays, aren't there? Great video from Ju. Who could this banker be? Who could this children's show host be, right, man? I have my suspicions, but we can't say everything we want. And look how interesting. The bootlicker chose to discuss Trump today. The guy's desperate since Trump put him on the spot, right? Either you're going to side with Ramasso or you're going to side with me. And if you side with me, I want $1 billion. I had put it here. He's nervous about Trump.
Look, have you noticed that President Trump wants to rule the world through Twitter?
He's angry.
It's incredible. Every day he says something and the world keeps talking about it. Do you think that's possible, guys?
Here's the thing, the guy, Trump, he has credibility. Whether you like it or not, whether you want to believe it or not, he has credibility, and people get nervous. You're nothing but a drunk, a fart, a drunken fart. Everyone knows it, right? You used to say it yourself, didn't you? Those bottles of cachaça over there in the car wash operation. And another thing, something else you'll never have, right? The prerogative to be able to say that you're greater, for example, than Jair Messias. Bolsonaro, you're going to keep talking everywhere, so your supporters get all desperate. But you don't give credibility to anyone. Everyone knows how you were elected, needing to censor, needing to silence, because the system was desperate. If Bolsonaro were president now, many things would be different here, and many atrocities occurred. Heavy rain, farted, a fart. And then this top bootlicker who was praising Maduro the other day was praising him. Maduro got booed at his own event.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me speak. In the last election, Brazil had a president elected with 50.8% of the votes. 49% of the population voted for another candidate. If you want unity and reconstruction, don't just be hostile to those who think differently. That leads nowhere. The real unity we want for our country involves respect. Respect for roles, respect for people, respect for environments. This is an institutional environment. This is the President of the Republic.
This guy saw such a wonderful state, full of such resilient people, be destroyed, unfortunately, by climate disasters. What's happening? They don't take care of things. Look at the issue with the dams, all the dam issues over there. There's no point in worrying too much about the climate, the dams. We can't even talk about that subject. Instead of holding the guy who didn't help Rio Grande do Sul at all accountable, he just kept sucking up to him. At the Ivete Sangalo concert during the first catastrophe, he was at the Ivete Sangalo concert at the end of the year, down in Bahia, enjoying the sun and the beach. Man, this country needs to be fixed, my God. There's nothing but empty talk around here. AlphaToe, share this video on WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook, hit the like button, and join our family by leaving a comment. He's the most important. I'll return soon on Parents and Children. Fabiano Guigay.